Boeing CEO apologized to families of crash victims at Senate hearing, and it was an interesting one. You have to see this one here. Let me read it, and then we'll watch the clip. So, Boeing CEO David Callahan apologized to the families of the crash victims during Senate testimony, specifically addressing those who lost loved ones in the 2018 Lion Air Flight 610 and 2019 Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 crashes. He stated, "I want to personally apologize, and on behalf of everyone at Boeing, we are deeply sorry for your losses. Nothing is more important than the safety of the people who step on board our airplanes." Calhoun testimony followed a recent incident and ongoing investigation. The hearing comes after a Boeing 737 MAX 9's door plug blew off during an Alaskan Airlines flight in January, which Senator Richard Blumenthal described as a symptom of Boeing's broken safety culture. Several whistleblowers have reported retaliation for raising manufacturing and quality concerns, but new allegations presented to the subcommittee. Go ahead, Rob.
What is it that you get paid currently?
This guy's such a beast.
Senator, that's well disclosed in our proxy documents in each of the years that I've been employed.
Yeah, but what is it?
That's a big number, sir.
Well, let me help you out. It's $32.8 million this year. Does that sound right?
Yes, it does.
That's a 45% increase over last year. Does that sound right?
Yes, it does.
What is it you get paid to do exactly?
What would you say?
I get paid to run the Boeing company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just help me understand that. I mean, do you get paid for transparency? Is that one of the metrics for your income?
I think the board counts on me for transparency.
Really? Because you're under investigation for falsifying 787 inspection records. The Boeing's under criminal investigation for the Alaska Airlines flight. You were investigated by DOJ for criminal conspiracy to defraud the FAA. This is all in your tenure. This doesn't sound like a lot of transparency to me. What about safety? Is that a component of your salary?
It sure is, Senator.
Yeah.
You know, have you seen the reports that the subcontractor that you used to make that door piece that fell out of the sky, that when the FAA went and toured the facility, they found one door seal being lubricated with Dawn liquid dish soap and cleaned with a wet cheesecloth.
Cheese.
And another was being checked with a hotel room key card. Does that sound like safety to you?
This guy's such a beast.
Who's that girl on the left?
Is that Josh
First
Hawley
off,
right there?
can you wait 1 second? Whoever that girl's on the left, I don't even know what her eyes look like, but beautiful lower half. Anyway, Pep,
Vinny,
by the way,
what's going on with
she's
you today,
beautiful.
guy?
And then PBD, you know, he apologized, right? So he apologizes to the families of people who died in crashes. Lion Air Flight 610 off Indonesia in 2018 and Ethiopian flights 302 near Addis Ababa in 2019. And the manufacturers of the planes, while members of both parties were grilling him. Does he turn around? The one that I sent you, he gets up and
This is the one where he turns around and apologizes.
Go ahead. And they all have pictures and photos and stuff. Check this out.
Before I begin my opening remarks, I would like to speak directly to those who lost loved ones on Lion Air Flight 610 and the Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302.
Oh, he actually, yeah, this is it. He gets up and turns around.
Oh, goodness.
Well, he has to do it, Rob.
I would like to apologize on behalf of all of our Boeing associates spread throughout the world, past and present, for your losses. They're gut-wrenching. And I apologize for the grief that we have caused. And I want you to know we are totally committed in their memory
John Barnett
to
whistleblower
work
right there.
and focus on safety for as long as we're employed by Boeing. So again, I'm sorry.
By the way, and just FYI, you guys see that? That's the whistleblower, John Barnett.
Which one is that?
John Barnett is the guy on the left, people that committed suicide.
What shirt is he wearing?
No, not the shirt. He's on the photo.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, he's
That's
on the
his
photo.
mother and his brother that are in the...
Mother and brother. So this is what else was said in the testimony. He said that whistleblowers, the ones that are still alive, said that Boeing is cutting every possible corner on quality and safety. They eliminated safety inspections that are with fewer inspectors doing quality inspections. The whistleblowers raised quality issues and concerns. They were reassigned. They were retaliated against, and they were physically threatened. So if they were physically threatening whistleblowers, who's to say that those three, is it 2 or 3 whistleblowers so far that have been that died, one randomly with some random disease, and the other guy that shot himself in his car after he had to tell the truth. It's kind of weird. If that's the type of company that threatens people publicly, they get all these people alleged it, all these whistleblowers, and it was said in Congress, if they threaten physical violence, who's to say, Pat? I know we had the lawyer here. Who's to say that they didn't do what they did to this guy, allegedly? You know what I'm saying? I don't trust them.
Tom.
There's two things here that were very striking to me. On one side, you have Josh Hawley, who's absolutely grilling this guy. By the way, his 17-year-old daughter, there's been 12 guys that have tried to take her out on a date. They never get past the front door. I wonder why that is.
Yeah, weird.
I'd like to meet my dad, Josh Hawley.
Yeah, no,
Son, can you come in here? I have a few questions.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
And you have two sides to Boeing here. The first side is you got the commercial aviation side, which is airplanes that we fly in. The second side is they are one of the 5 large defense contractors, which has rolled up almost 1,000 small defense contractors in the last 20 years. And I believe those two numbers are correct. And so on one hand, Josh Hawley is grilling him over the commercial airlines. On the other hand, the United States government is giving Boeing billions and billions and billions of dollars a year for military aircraft, for missiles, for bombs, for all this other stuff. And so it's shocking to me that for the sake of the public stock, because they didn't set out to cut safety. You won't find any emails anywhere in Boeing that says we're cutting safety. They said, hey, we need to make more money. We only need 2 inspectors here, not 4. But wait a minute, we can't complete the safety inspection. No, just make it 2 inspectors, not 4. They were cutting costs and cutting corners, and in the end, that's what cut safety. So that's what happened here. And so I've always been of the opinion that there's too much of a moral hazard, and there should be certain organizations that are not public on the stock market because of the moral hazard, and this is one of them. And this is one of the things Airbus, and I'm not praising Airbus because it's the center of international bribes, European Airbus, and all the consortium of companies that have actually competed, unfairly against Boeing, which has led Boeing to cut corners and do all this other stuff, which they shouldn't have been doing. But this is shocking to me that it took it, because this is not the first hearing Boeing has had. There have been other hearings, and these people sat in the audience behind them with the pictures of all these precious people that died in those 2 crashes of the 737 MAX. So hats off to Josh Hawley for bringing it forward, but we got to remember who we got there. Boeing is a hydra. It's a multi-headed hydra.
And by the way, this was 2 days ago, Rob?
Yeah, the 17th.
But
The 17th. Yeah.
I want to say something here. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what did Josh Hawley say? He says your salary is $32.8 million.
Crazy.
And then he asked him what? Did it not increase by 50% over last year? And he said what? Yes. Rob, can you pull up Boeing market cap this year and then go Boeing market cap a year ago? Okay, right now it's what, 107? All right, what was it a year ago? $157 billion. Mm-hmm. They're down for the year 32%, okay? So now obviously if you look at 2023, they spiked back up. Why did they spike back up? COVID, people are back to flying. I remember on TSA used to report on the daily flights how low it was and how it got back up. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. On one end, this is where capitalism gets confusing when these large corporations are ran by guys like this. You have a Delaware judge that almost prevented Elon Musk from getting a check that he earned for raising the company's market cap from $59 billion to $650 billion in 6 years, and they didn't want to pay him the money where he grew the market cap of the company. He increased the value of the business. Yet this guy gets a raise 50% and the company dropped 33%. As a shareholder, you have the right to ask the question to say, why something like this happened and you're not doing a good job? These are the types of questions that I think about for a guy that's income's going to 32.8 after everything that's going on. It's a little bit frustrating for anybody that's a shareholder that actually uses Boeing to travel. Big difference between him and Elon Musk. Mm-hmm. Adam, did you have any thoughts before we go to the next story?
So he's interviewing Josh Hawley. Shout out to this guy. He's grilling the CEO of Boeing, right? He asks him, how much money do you make? $32 million. And then from the scene in Office Space, remember that? He's like, so what would you say you do around here? Wouldn't you say it's fair to say that your job is to basically make sure that these planes are safe. Yes, that's my primary job. He's like, so you're, rather than using nuts and bolts, you're using dish soap and credit cards. Oh, yeah, that's accurate. The reality is this guy became the CEO in 2020. Was there a worse time for airlines? They're looking at their stock price plummet. They're looking at their market cap plummet. And he's like, all right, we got to save money. We got to cut corners. And just look at the reality. There was more concern with the stock price going up than keeping the planes up in the sky. And Boeing is now tumbling and falling to pieces. And this guy deserves every single grilling that he gets from Josh Hawley.
How long do you think they fire him, Pat? How long till they fire him, this guy?
These types of size of companies, they don't fire that quickly. They have contracts. Typically, they'll hire somebody on. It's 3-year contracts, 5-year. Tom, you can correct me here. They'll typically sign guys like this through contracts that you'll have. And if they fire him, they have to pay the rest of the 18 months of whoever it is you're firing. So it's not like it's a cost immediately if you fire the guy. Tom.
And the board of directors is ultimately responsible. And usually the CEO is on the board of directors, is often the chairman. So if it becomes like, and this phrase is used, it becomes what's called the Mexican standoff, right? Where we both have a gun on each other. And, you know, if you shoot me, my reflex is going to fire and we both die. So you have, you're going to toss me for this? You're going to throw me under the bus for this? You guys on the board knew this. You approved this. We were all together here. I'm going to bring something up here. And then all of the tort lawyers come out and all of the corporate malfeasance, experts come out. And so you have a little bit of a Mexican standoff. Pat's right. You come to the exhibit and you go, hey, Calhoun, look, we got to make a change here. You've got your contract. We're going to pay it out.
They just paid him $6 million in bonuses after the 2 planes went down to stay through the crisis at Boeing. So if you think the guy's going to get fired, the 2 planes go down, and then they give him a bonus to stay on.
Okay,
so he gets rewarded for planes going down.
But think about it. Who the hell wants that job? He turns around and has to apologize to the families of dead passengers.
And whistleblowers.
But by the way, remember, they now have a new chairman of the board, and that's David Calhoun. Okay.
That's him.
That's this guy.
No.
Stephen Mollenkopf.
Gotcha.
My apologies. Stephen Mollenkopf. David Calhoun is a CEO. Stephen Mollenkopf is the chairman of the board. So they're making some changes on the type of who Stephen Mollenkopf is. Yeah. So Boeing's new chairman, Stephen Mollenkopf, told shareholders at the company's annual meeting Friday that he has consulted with investors and customers on Calhoun's successor. Okay. So they're kind of going through the process. Can you click on it real quick? Can you click on that article, Rob? So zoom in a little bit. I think you were reading the shareholders re-elected CEO David Calhoun to the board of directors. A preliminary tally on Friday shown as he sought to reshare manufacturer's path of stability. Amid this, Calhoun in March said he will step down by year's end, months after a door plug panel blew out mid-flight from a Boeing 737. So Boeing's new chairman, Stephen Mollenkopf, told shareholders at the company's annual meeting Friday that he has consulted with investors and customers on Calhoun's successor. Proxy advisor Glass Lewis has recommended that shareholders vote against Calhoun and 2 other board members. Interesting. So similar thing that's going on with Disney, Boeing is going through right now. And sometimes you bring a chairman like this, and his main job is to lower the temperature and find a replacement. So I guarantee you Mollenkopf's number 1 job right now that the board expects him to do is to find a new CEO. That's what they're doing right now. They're looking for somebody. So, Vinny, if you're looking, maybe submit your
I didn't want to say anything, Pat, but I'm not going to be here.
I'm just saying, it's if you think about it. Okay. I mean, you can do better than he is. So you go out there and help him with bowls. Guys, get it tight.
Guys, let's get
it tight.
Get the dishwasher soap out of there.
One of my favorite holidays of the year is around the corner, 4th of July. And we've been working on this merch drop for a while. A lot of you have been asking about, Pat, I want a USA flag. I want an American flag. I want something with Valuetainment that's the American flag to represent for 4th of July. And at the same time, I want there to say Future Looks Bright. I want it to be VT gear. Can we get some? So today, we're giving it to you to purchase. So you can wear this gear during 4th of July, which is, a week and a half away. So if you order, these are limited supplies. So let me tell you what we got here. We got this Valuetainment hat with the American flag and Future Looks Bright on the side, which is here for you to order. We got this other one, the navy blue with the red Valuetainment logo, Future Looks Bright, and American flag on the side. And this is so far right now Vinny's favorite. This is Chris's favorite, and this is Tom's favorite. For golfers, Tom likes this one. But this one right here says USA. This is, I think it's a USA for those who love America, flag on the site. Future looks bright. Future looks bright here. And then we got these shirts here as well. Okay, if you look at the screen there with the material, you got to feel the material, incredible material. Valuetainment with the U.S. flag. If you're somebody that loves America and you love Valuetainment, you love the representation that we have on what we talk about, and you want to walk around, because nowadays people are stopping each other. People are stopping each other and say, you're a valuetainer, I'm also a valuetainer. I watch this, I watch that. And you're kind of finding, it's almost like you know what it's like? You know how back in the days, there were certain tattoos people had to be able to know you're also part of that community. I am as well. There's certain gangs and communities that had this for a long time. This is one way where you see somebody with a Valuetainment hat, you don't have to say anything to the other person. You know what they stand for, and they know what you stand for. And it's a very unique connection that takes place. And I get these DMs all the time, and Monex all the time, and messages all the time. So, limited supply. The last time we did the green hat, people are like, oh, it's not going to sell out. Sold out within 90 minutes. This is limited supply. So go place your order. That's the QR code, vtmerch.com. Again, go to vtmerch.com. Place your order for 4th of July gear. Now, anybody places an order over 300, I think we have 10 more seats left to be with us to watch the debate on June 27th. So place an order over 300. You'll be invited to be with us and a friend at our club, 5990 Live Cigars, conversations, all that stuff. We'll watch a debate June 27th. I think it's going to be from 8:30 to like 11 o'clock at night. We'll be together.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.